Hi, Philip. It's a pleasure for us to be with you here in Argentina. And I want to ask you if you can tell us a bit more about your role at PHILL.
Oh, thanks so much. It's great to be in Argentina. My first time in Argentina, but it's been a great trip so far. My role within Peak Genetics is the Global Product Specialist. That means I get to talk to people all over the world about cows, which is what I love, cows and people, and making better cows. And that's one of the things I get to do is help not only hear what producers need globally, but also help them make better cows for the future.
And we talk a lot about the cow of the future.
Mm-hmm.
And what can you tell us about that concept?
I think it's neat. We can think about the future and try to predict exactly what the cow looks like. And I like to imagine maybe a cow with two udders or two mouths so she can eat more. But the reality is the cow of the future has always been the best cows that we work with today. And creating more of those cows for the next generation is really important for creating that cow of the future. But as we think about the cow of the future, we need to prioritize the things that are most important. And that cow today, the best cows in our facilities today are the ones that produce well, that really go unnoticed because they're easy to manage, easy to take care of. And I think as we move to the future has lots of uncertainties, certainly. But that cow will continue to be a cow that we enjoy working with and is profitable for our dairy producers globally.
Excellent. And how do climate and sustainability influence in this cow of the future?
Climate, sustainability, eco-friendly, these are all buzzwords today, but so many of these things have been part of creating the better cow for hundreds, if not thousands of years. A cow that does more with less is something that resonates with me and has resonated with dairy producers for a long time. That means a cow that produces well, but requires fewer resources, right? And the resources can be feed, it can be water, it can be the emissions, and managing that cow more efficiently has been and will always be our goal for the cow for the future.
And what are the key technologies that will shape the next generation of dairy cows?
Absolutely. I think there's a few different things that we can use today. Certainly, we have lots of traits available for key things that are important, but we've seen genetic progress accelerate over the last 10 or 15 years by technologies like genomic testing, sexed semen, and then even embryo transfer that have really increased our rate of progress in the last 10 or 15 years, and I expect we'll continue to see that grow even in the next 10 to 15 years. I really see the potential for embryos to really accelerate as well as we move forward. That chance to increase that genetic progress in one generation, what it might take 4 or 5 generations to do traditionally.
And what advice would you give to professionals that are interested in animal science with all your experience?
Animal sciences was where I have my degree today, but I think some of the best classes and best advice I got was to think outside of the things that you're familiar with. Some of the best classes I took in my time at university were my business classes. And I think it's good to think about the dairy industry, maybe from outside of the industry as much as possible, to gain key insights so that we can do better within our industry. Personally though, within animal sciences, I love my genetics and reproduction courses, and those two things can really accelerate the cow that will create for the future as well.
And one of your passion is like simplifying complex challenges. What can you tell us about that? One example that you have, I don't know, what challenge you think about?
genetics can sometimes feel complicated. We have lots of traits, certainly even DNA and all the specifics behind what that means can be overwhelming, right, at the end of the day. Lots of moving parts, if you will, to our cows today. But the reality is genetics can also be simple. I think of it like driving a car. A car has lots of moving parts. I would never know where to start when putting together a car. But driving that car can be fairly simple, and I think genetics is similar. When we know what tools we have available and how we can use them, we'll be able to drive our cow forward with genetics in a simple way. And that really means keeping the most important things, and focusing on that for the future.
And what motivates you more about the future of the URUS farm?
I mentioned before that I love cows and I love people, and I love how a cow can meet the needs of people of that day and time. And I think about my grandfather 50 years ago and the cows he was milking. They were progressive for that time, but they wouldn't fit today. They're totally different cows than the cows we milk today. What excites me is thinking about the next 50 years. What will we be thinking about in 50 years about the cows we're milking today? And how will the cows change to meet the needs of the people of that time?
Perfect. And how do you think that genetic innovation helps farmers to be more efficient and more sustainable? You talk about this, but I want to go deep in that.
Right. Our genetics today are the blueprint of the cow, of what she's capable of. And genetics is one piece of the whole picture. Management is critical, nutrition and cow comfort, all of those things are important, but genetics sets the course for what the cow will be for the future. So when we ask her to do more with less, if we haven't done our part to design that cow for those needs, then we're missing out on a major opportunity.
And what do you think about this claim, better cows for a better world? Can you tell us about that?
It runs true to my DNA when I think about better cows for a better world, because it means that not only can we create better cows, but that cow, where she touches the world and the people that live in it, can have a major impact. So it's something I'm proud to stand behind and represent as part of Peak and of the URUS family today.
Okay, well, thank you very much for being with us. It was very interesting to meet you, and to invite you to Argentina whenever you can. Here we will wait for you.
Oh, excellent.
Your knowledge for us is very important.
Well, it's been a joy to be here and to see the excitement about the dairy industry here in Argentina. I think there's a lot we can do together.
Thank you very much.
Gracias.